Hi everyone. So, sorry, my cat is eating just behind the camera and you can hear her crunching in the background. Oh well. All right, so day 2 of reading together, which would be super nice. What I want you to get ready for this is some form of thing to write down. It would be good if you could get like a notebook or something where you can kind of keep it. That's gonna be better for you. But if you just have like a whiteboard or anything like that, anything to write on is fine. I got my whiteboard, but if I was you, I'd probably be doing it on a notebook. In fact, I thought I had a notebook. I will find a notebook for next time. I got one. Here you go. Okay, so I'm gonna write in my notebook. And what I want you to be doing while I am reading today is just making some like notes, doodles, that kind of thing while I'm reading it. It generally will help because it will help you remember key parts of it. It doesn't have to be done in full sentences. It doesn't have to be done in a certain way because everybody is a different learner. I tend to do little pictures and just write down like keywords and phrases. So I'm going to do it while I read. And I'll do like the first few paragraphs. I'll show you what my notes look like, and then I'll keep reading, and you can keep going. Okay. So, yesterday we heard the prologue, which was all about sort of her reflecting on how the morning had been before this one incident happens. And if you already know the story, it's a true story. If you already know the story, that's fine. But if you don't, we will find out what it was that happened. Pretty soon, actually. So this is chapter 1. This is called As Free as a Bird. I am Malala Yousafzai, a girl like any other, although I do have my special talents. I can crack the knuckles of my fingers and my toes whenever I want. I can beat someone twice my age at arm wrestling. Don't know how I'm going to draw that. I'll think about that. I like cupcakes, but I don't like candy. And I don't think that dark chocolate should be called chocolate at all. I kind of agree with that one. I don't care for makeup and jewelry, and I'm not a girly girl, but my favourite colour is pink. I say that if you check a boy's backpack, it will always be a mess, and if you check his uniform, it will be dirty. This is not my opinion, it's just a fact. Okay, so I'm just going to pause there. On my whiteboard, these are the notes I made. I don't know if you can read them. I have dark chocolate is not chocolate. I have pink, which is actually my favorite color as well. I have some phrases like not a girly girl. I have she likes cupcakes but not candy. And something she can do is crack her knuckles. All right, it's like a secret talent. I wonder if you can think about what your secret talent would be. Mine, secret talent. I don't think I have any secret talents. I can do that. I wonder if you could do something weird too. I wonder if you can roll your tongue or something. Anyway, I'm going to carry on, and I want you to keep doodling, okay? I probably won't because it's kind of hard to read and doodle at the same time, but I think you guys can. Okay, so where did we get to? I am Pashtun, a member of a proud tribe of people spread across Afghanistan and Pakistan. My father, that's a tricky word, Ziauddin, I think that's how you say it, and my mother, Torpikai, are from mountain villages. After they married, they moved to Mingora, the largest city in the Swat Valley, which is in the northwest of my beloved country, Pakistan. I'll try and show you a map here. So Swat Valley is kind of in that top middle part. And that is Pakistan. You've got Afghanistan bordering it, Tajikistan, China, India, Iran, and the Arabian Sea. I was born in 1997 in the Swat Valley. How old does that make her now? Which is known for its beauty, its tall mountains, green hills, and crystal clear rivers. I am named after a brave young Pashtun girl named Malala of Maiwand in Afghanistan. In a battle hundreds of years ago, Malala inspired warriors with her courage. But I don't believe in fighting. I say that even though I argue with my brother Kushal all the time, he is 2 years older He's 2 years younger than me. We argue over who's the best student, over who ate the last of the cheesy Wotsits, over whatever you can think of. My other brother, Atal, annoys me less. He is 6 years younger than me. He's quite good at chasing down the cricket ball when we kick it out of bounds, but he also makes up his own rules sometimes. When I was younger and these brothers came along, I had a little talk with God. God, I said, you did not check with me before sending these two. They are quite inconvenient sometimes. Still, at home in Pakistan, my brothers and I ran like a pack of rabbits, playing tag or hopscotch or thief and police. Sometimes we rang the bell at someone's house, then ran away and hid. I bet some of you have done that. Our favourite, though, was cricket, which we played day and night in the alley behind our house or up on our flat roof. When I'd had enough of my brothers, I'd go downstairs and knock on the wall between our house and my friend Safina's. 2 taps, that was our code. She'd tap in reply. There's a little picture here of, I think, her playing on the roof with her brother. I hope you can see that. Safina is a couple of years younger than me, but we were very close. We often copied each other, but once I thought she'd gone too far when my only toy, a pink plastic cell phone my father had given me, went missing. That afternoon, when I went to play with Safina, she had the very same phone. She said it was hers, but I didn't believe her. When she wasn't looking, I took a pair of her earrings. The next day, a necklace. When my mother found out, she was so upset she wouldn't look at me. Safina stole from me first, I cried. But that didn't matter to my mother. You are older, Malala, she said. You should have set a good example. I felt shame knowing that my father would be so disappointed in me. But when he came home, he didn't scold me. He knew that I was being hard on myself already. Instead, he told me all children make mistakes. Even heroes like Martin Luther King Jr., the American civil rights activist, and Mahatma Gandhi, the great peace activist of India. Then he shared a saying that his father used to tell him. A child is a child when he's a child, even if he's a prophet. He meant that even people who go on to do great things can do childish things, because they were children once too. Our Pashtun tribe believes in badal, or revenge. One bad action must be answered by another. I thought Safina had stolen from me, so I stole from her. But my taste of badal was bitter. Safina and I quickly got back to being friends, and I vowed then that I would never seek revenge again. Okay, so we're going to stop there today. That wasn't quite as long as yesterday. And I have a couple of questions that I want you to think about and write your answers to. So first thing I want you to do, number 1, and I'll write this all down in Google Classroom. Number 1 is I would like you to try and draw a picture from memory from what I just said, and you can go back and watch it. What do you think the Swat Valley looks like? Okay, so just draw it. You can colour it in if you'd like to, if you have colours. Otherwise, just use a pencil and paper. Draw what you think the place you grew up in looks like. Think about how is it different to here? Do you think it looks anything similar? So draw it and then take a picture. Send it to or upload it, okay? That's number 1. Number 2 is this thing that her dad said, which was, a child is a child even when he's a child. No, that's not it. A child is a child when he's a child, even if he's a prophet. So what he was trying to say was that everyone does childish things and makes mistakes, even, the fanciest, grandest people, because they're children and they're just normal people. I make mistakes. You make mistakes. We all make mistakes. So I want you to write down, tell me a little bit of a story about a time that you think you made a mistake. That's hard to do. I will be adding mine, and I'll have to think about it first. But I've definitely made mistakes. Everyone has. Do you agree with what he said? Do you think maybe that because you're a kid, you shouldn't make mistakes? Maybe you do. I mean, I don't agree with it. I think everyone can make mistakes regardless of their age, as long as you learn something from it. Okay, so number 1, you've got 2 things to do now. Number 1, draw a picture of what you think that valley looks like. Okay, that's number 1. If you want to, after you've done that, you can go and Google and have a little look at it. But don't do that first, do it after, so you can kind of challenge your brain. And then the second thing is, tell me a story about a time you think you made a mistake. and that you've learned from it. Okay, so we've got 2 things to do. I will write it down on Google Classroom, and I want to see these things uploaded. I would, in all these lessons, my main thing that I would like you to do is write them by hand. Okay, we can't forget, even though we're using computers all the time, we can't forget how to write things by hand. If you want to, you can also send me a picture of the notes that you did. You don't have to. These are your personal notes, but it'd be cool to see them. Okay? Let me know how you get on. If you have any questions, good luck.